Good morning, everybody. Hey, I'm Randy Jones, and we got some really big news for you. Last night, Amanda and I took a cruise, right, down to Spencer. And Spencer is in Van Buren County, and that's where our Fall Creek Falls community is. So we have just purchased 27 acres. You might have known it. We've been doing a campaign for about 3.5, 4 weeks now. And we were invited to come to the planning and zoning meeting, not planning and zoning because they don't have zoning, it's a planning commission meeting in Van Buren. And the mayor was awesome, David Sullivan invited us down. So it was an unplanned meeting because normally they meet every quarter, and this was a extra planned meeting, and I thought, was this just for us? And they said no, that was already, but it was scheduled as not on a regular scheduled meeting. Anyway, I'm just filling you in, and it was really exciting, and it's great news about it, and I want to tell you more about it. And I'm thinking back, it's kind of like tiny home news, which is kind of fun and exciting for the industry that we're in. But Amanda sent me a Facebook, and I can't remember if it was Sacramento or somewhere where they have adopted tiny homes on wheels, THOW, in the city limits. And we're going to get more about that for you too. So I love how affordable housing, tiny homes are coming to the forefront of everybody across the country because we need these affordable housing. So last night when we met at Van Buren, we were invited to come, got to go before the board. Amanda and I were the only two there, and they were very pleasant, and they wanted to know what was going on. Well, got to go to them and explain to them what we have done here in Cobb County, how we have got to the point we're at, where we're going here. And it was able to answer a lot of their questions because they'd heard things about us. And of course, it's all on YouTube and what we're doing. And they want to know, so what do you plan on doing in our county? And when I told them our kind of formula of how we do business, they've never seen anything like that. It's like one gentleman said, so what actually are people buying? And I said, well, they're buying a home from us, and then they're leasing a lot. And they said, got it. I said, think of it as you will as an RV park. An RV, yeah, it's just an RV park, right? And except for our homes are on permanent foundations. They're classified as modular homes if we need to be, or ANSI or park models. Either way, we're licensed to build any type of those structures. One of the gentlemen I thought was really informative, this was really an eye-opener, is he said, now Cobb County and Van Buren County are very similar in all of their planning commission proceedings, all of their subdivision regulations, all that. He said this is a typical rural county planning procedure, if you will, right? And he said, so I know Cobb County and how they're governed in their planning, like I said, procedures. He said, with you not subdividing any of your land, you're not selling off of any of your land, therefore you are not subject to our planning commission guidelines or our planning commission. And I said, okay. He said, so just like Cobb County, just like we are, you do not need to come before our planning commission and present any plans of what you're gonna do because you're not subdividing. Now, if you were gonna subdivide, we would need all of your plans, all of your engineering, all of your surveys, meets and bounds, lots, all that will have to be done. He said, but because you're not, just like Cobb County, you do not need to appear before the planning commission. He said, but thank you for coming by, and we were glad that we wanted to be a part of their community. He said, thanks for coming by and letting us know what you're going to do because we're going to be neighbors. And I said, we want to come to your community, be an asset to your community. And to me, I got so excited. This is just, Amanda and I both got confirmed that we're doing it right, that we want to be a part of the community, and that the way we're handling this and the way we're doing our business, even though it's so different than anybody's doing across the country, that it's working. And we hope that we can bring this beautiful, beautiful community to Van Buren, 27 acres, that we can show the world that, man, this is working for affordable housing, and people can come together and have beautiful homes, right? So anyway, that was our heads up from last night meeting. We got in really late last night, but it was so successful, and it confirmed what we've done here and what we want to do in the future wherever we go and build more communities. All right, second thing is behind me. This is our new kind of model, and I'm trying to look for my marker. So the ACE that come out, and I told you the origination, how that idea came. In the elevation, this is what it looks like. Elevation is what it looks like on the outside, is a shed, right? That's how the ACE looks. And because of this simple roof line, right, if you will, the simple, am I doing that right? The simple roof line of that, we're able to give you a lot of square footage for a less price, for a smaller, a lower price. And that's with the ACE, and it's 40 feet by 14. And then we got the mini ACE, that's 10 by 30, and it mimics the Charleston model that our Amish builds. Well, you got 10, you got 14, and I thought, why don't we have one right in between the middle of them? And this one is 12 by 34, okay? We haven't given it a name yet. We're still even thinking about not calling the mini ACE, but this one's 59.9. And this is a 12 by 34. Tom and I were throwing this around, and Tim, our salesman, said people were saying, hey, can you make it look more like the Amanda? The Amanda is awesome, and it's 40 feet, 12 by 40. So what we did is I kind of played around with this floor plan. And of course, remember, the ACE, the mini ACE, and the middle ACE is customizable. So if you want to move these walls a little bit, we can do that for you. We can add bigger windows, bay windows. We want you to use the amenities that we have on our website. You can add all wood in the inside, all wood on the outside, or LP, however you want to manipulate this. But think about it. You're getting, Tom, what is the square foot? Tom's doing the camera today. What's the square footage on this thing? I didn't even do it. 8, 4, look, I'm in math class. 6, is that right? 8, 0, is it 408?
Yep.
Am I doing that right?
Yeah, 340, 10 by 34 is 340, and then 2 times 34 is 68.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we're at a little over 400 square feet. It's hard to think when I'm talking and I'm on video. And
408.
Okay, 408. So you've got 408 square feet in this house. That's crazy for 60,000.
Yep.
59.9.
Yep.
All right.
59.9.
So let me just run through the floor plan. Of course, you guys can see it. Take a snapshot of it. If you're thinking, say, hey, the 10 by 30 was a little bit small. The big ACE is a little bit too much. We can still transport this. And the reason I want to go 12 and not 13 or whatever is we're trying to transport this across the country without escorts, which holds down the cost of transportation. Of course, now we do have our own hauling company. We only have one truck, and we're not taking work from our guys. We love Matt and Dan that haul our homes, but these are wider homes. A lot of times them guys are not licensed to haul these big wide homes, and we can. So we can help in the delivery of these too. But we're trying to keep it at 12. The front door, Tom come up with a great idea. The front door come down here because this is your kitchen, right? So this is your cabinet, your cabinets to here. When you open that door, you want to make sure, he wanted to say, hey, we're not in a hallway. Like right now in the Amanda, we come in right here, and I put the door here. It's a good sized hallway. And Tom said, well, when they come in, you can put your groceries right here. And I thought it was a good idea. And you can actually hang your coats up right here, okay? Or something, or a chair sitting here. So when you come in, you're looking into your living room.
Big living room too. That thing's 14 at the end of the fridge.
Oh yeah. So like this morning, Tom said, well, you got 14 feet, Randy, from the edge of your refrigerator to here. 14 feet. That's crazy. And it's 12 foot. Oh, outside to outside, so you're about 11 and a half inside to inside. Then you add another, we're allowing 2 foot better, 30 inches for a fridge. And then you got another foot cabinet here. So you're looking at another 3 feet. From here, it's 17 feet. And then from the back of the cabinets, it's 19 feet. Now we're not taking into account the thickness of the wall, it's 3 inches. So big room for a living room, kitchen. We call it the great room. We had over there at the Ace. Now the bathroom, you can rearrange this if you like. We put a washer and dryer in the bedroom because the plumbing and the drain is right in the back of this tub. Tons of people are wanting the tub shower, saying, wow, I can have a tub shower in a tiny home. Yes, you sure can. But you can trade that out if you want to put a shower and you want to put the washer and dryer in your bathroom.
Yep.
Totally fine. We could work that out. We got enough room where we could slide this toilet down a little bit and we could give you room for your washer and dryer and your shower. If you wanted this to be a little bit smaller and you wanted to push your wall this way, this interior wall, and give you another foot, you can do that if you choose to, change and customize the floor plan. But I love this idea that you've got a full bathroom, tub shower, washer and dryer, big bedroom. If you want a bay window, we can put a bay window here. That's extra, okay? Or you can put a picture window here. That's a little extra, not much, but we go on our amenities line and you can see how many our amenities are. I can turn this into completely off-grid, all solar. We can put a wood ceiling. We can put T&G. You let us know what you want to do above and beyond what we're selling this house for. And these are 3-inch panels, roof, walls, floor, heavily insulated for the $59,900. The kitchen, which has got a cooktop, will be included, is a cooktop range hood, microwave stand, a place to put your microwave, farm style sink, and then a Lazy Susan. We're putting a Lazy Susan down and a corner upper cabinet right here. And like Tom said, let's turn that corner and put some upper cabinets. It was the Ace was so big of a kitchen. It's the biggest kitchen we have in any home we have. So here you have that, and Tom, I don't know if we'll have we haven't laid our upper cabinets to here.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet, but
Yeah.
I'd say we can add them.
But we can add more upper cabinets. Right now, we're only doing the Lazy Susan upper cabinet up there, above their Lazy Susan. Countertops, of course, are butcher block, 1.5 inches is what we sell them. And the refrigerator is just a space. It's not the refrigerator itself. We don't sell appliances.
But you have room for a full size.
You do. Look, you can put any size fridge you want. This is open space here.
Yeah, I would do a countertop depth. So that way,
Oh, perfect.
yeah, you have room for the drawers on the inside there to open and
Okay.
close.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so Lord, yeah, you know what? And if you wanted to add a countertop on this side or whatever, that's what I mean. It's so cool to be customizable and add to this, if you will. Now, we will include a ceiling fan in here in the great room. If you want one in the bedroom, it's extra, just let us know. A mini split, 1 mini split will handle this thing. You think we ought to have 2, Tom?
Because the walls are going to the ceiling, we'll probably do a dual head.
Okay, so we'll put a mini split somewhere above the bed or on the side. There'll be a mini split here and probably a mini split somewhere on the side here. So you get 2 mini splits. Yeah, that's awesome. And then, the biggest thing about this is the high side going down. So if you wanted a sliding glass door, you wanted this to go out of here, you wanted a French door system, we can do it. We can add these things to it. That's what I mean about customizable. This is fun. And we can do this on an assembly line and keep this price low and knock these things out. So look, we've got the Mini Ace. Right now it's $45. At the next Friday, the end of next Friday, it's going to go up to $49. So right now it's $45, but let's say we have a 49, 10 by 30. We have a 59, that's a 12 by 34. And then we've got 75,000 for a 14 by 40. That's a monster. But I'm telling you what, there is nowhere in the country you're going to find any of these prices to be able to have everything you need in a home to live warm, cool, beautiful. And if you need this thing jacked up and set with a crane in the back of the house, if you're in LA or if you're in some big city and you can't even drive your car back there, but you got room for this house, we will take a crane and set it back there. We'll get modular certified. This can be an ADU for your mom, for your child. There you go, ADU. And I may have already talked about this, but we had a customer, and I want to get back with her again. We're building her a home, and she's in Lake Havasu, in Arizona, I believe. Lake Havasu is in. I think it's right near Nevada. But her daughter couldn't afford rent, and she's putting her in the backyard now, took an equity out of her home, being able to buy a tiny home, daughter lives in it, daughter's paying for the equity loan, everybody wins, payments for $300 a month, boom, you got a house in the backyard as an asset equity, and her daughter can get ahead, is not crippled by the high cost of rent. So that's what an ADU can do. Check with your codes, your city council. If there's something we can do, we don't care to look into that for you. If you're in the city or town and you say, man, I'd love to have one in my backyard or my son's backyard, I want to move into his backyard, let us know and we will help navigate that process for you, okay? Next thing on the board. We come in here brainstorming sometimes. I'm gonna erase this so you guys take a screenshot, right? We come in here and I had an idea that I wanted to run by you guys. Now this is just gonna be fun, and this is how we work here at Incredible Tiny Homes. Yep. So we built a house years ago, went to Long Island, New York. And Amanda and I went up there. You can probably go back on our archives and see the video. And it was a gypsy house, gypsy wagon.
For Matthew.
Matthew.
Yeah.
And Matthew, I don't know if he watches anymore, but he bought our auction house when we built a 24-hour house in Morristown Mall. God, that was like 7 years ago.
Yeah, yeah, we gave the proceeds to a Vietnam vet.
Yeah, yeah. And he bought the house, and he ended up trading it for another house that we built, and it was a gypsy wagon. And for some reason, I was just thinking the other day, I thought, I want to do something really cool and different, right? And these panels give us the opportunity to build fast and be creative. And with our community in Van Buren County, in Fall Creek Falls, I had an idea. Now this is not for everybody, but if you guys are wanting something kind of unique, I'm gonna draw this for you. So I wanna build a gypsy wagon. Gypsy wagons kind of, let me see, and then bear with me, okay? The walls come out a little bit, maybe not that drastic, but they come out a little bit wide, right? And then they have an arch to it. And then that arch goes this way. I feel like I'm Bob Ross.
Happy host.
And I'm horrible drawer. Right? And then here we go. So we're gonna put a door in this, and I like to have some crazy windows, something in here, and then this can be a beautiful ornate piece of wood on the front of this arch. And you know, a gypsy wagon has all these really cool colors and textures on the outside, and maybe a wainscoting here with some wood here, and maybe an awning window that flips up, you know, on the side here. And I want to do a few of these, and we think we can put them through our assembly line. And here's would this not be cool? Would you say, Tom, teal and?
It's like rusty metal, maybe some teal wheels and red and.
Yeah, and we can, you can paint these skirt boards, these corners, you can splash some color on it. The one thing that I think is going to be really cool, unique, is we're going to look into this, but we want to put a canvas top on it. A canvas top, and we're going to tie it down, and this will be an arch, and this is all made out of our panels. So we got 3 panels on the top, a canvas on the side, on the top of it, and then the panels, so you can paint it colors, you can put wood on it, it's all aesthetics. And this is a gypsy wagon. If you're interested in this gypsy wagon, we're gonna build a couple, and if you want the first couple that is a prototype for us, I think it's gonna be something that is nostalgic. It's something I think that would look beautiful in somebody's backyard, on a farm, for guests to come and stay out of the back of the house. You wanna stay, hey, you can stay in our little gypsy wagon in the backyard. I'm thinking about doing this with no bathroom. It'll have a small kitchen. Now we can design it the way you want, but when you put all that in there, there's no room inside, right? These are small gypsy wagons. Normally in the back, there's like a little, I'm going dry on my marker here, but normally in the back, there's a little place to sleep, like a little area here. And so you lay down and you sleep back here, and there's storage under it, and then there's usually a kitchen on this side, or on the other side, there's a little kitchen area, and then in the front, you sit. And then you can have a little porch on this, like this, and bring your overhang out. This is a prototype concept plan that we're gonna do, but we're gonna build this thing. Tom and I are excited about I wanna be creative, and I think when we lay our panels out here, we can make these things efficient and get them gone. And that's what we're able to sell these. A gypsy wagon, we're gonna get a gypsy wagon for, we don't even know what the price. We're probably looking right around
30, 40.
Mid-30s.
Yeah.
Something like that. Mid-30s for a gypsy wagon. Would this not be awesome for an Airbnb? And if you want a bathroom, we can put one in it. But I was thinking, if you had an Airbnb and you put them in a wagon wheel, something like that, and in the middle, you may have, or off to the side, you got maybe a central bathhouse that people would just want to walk to, right? And use the bathroom, shower, hang out. And so you've got an Airbnb. I just think it would be fun.
Or a coffee shop.
Or a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Tim was up here earlier. Can you imagine having this as a flip up window? And this is your coffee shop here that you have inside of it. Put a sign on the top like that and have your coffee. Yep, it's right there.
Yep.
Anyway, that's what I love about what we do here. It's what keeps us alive and keeps the energy and the juices going about being creative and offering you this. And for me to know that I don't have to charge $60,000 for this, this is probably 6, 7 foot wide, 20 foot long, and we can sell it at such an inexpensive price where you can have fun with it and you can justify buying this, right? And you know that if you throw some paint, a little bit of decorations, these little I don't know, little ornament things, and it's in a gypsy that can, I think you'd do great, all right? Last and final thing I wanted to tell you guys is up at Fall Creek Falls, the property. You guys see we have a creek on there, and we got some wooded area, and then we got some pasture area. Well, we're gonna offer one more home for now. If you want a gypsy wagon, we'll put your gypsy wagon down at Fall Creek Falls if you would like. The other one that I want to offer you, this is going to be fun. And this is about 20 feet tall, right here. It's going to be built on site down there. An A-frame. Out of our 3-inch thick panels, a loft.
We're to get a new board.
I know it. It's delaminated on us. And on a foundation. This is a foundation. Right on the ground, so it's not movable. And this is an A-frame. Now it can come apart. These are built out of our panels right here. You can take this building apart. If you wanted to take it, assemble it, take it somewhere else. This loft here is made out of our panels also. So on the inside, you go. We want glass door. You can put all glass on the end. We can buy all the glass pre-assembled, pre-cut. Build that gable wall, pop, 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 done. And you got a 3-inch panel A-frame home with a loft. Now the loft doesn't have to be the whole thing. It could be just this part of it. Inside, you're standing here, looking down into the living room. This is all glass. This is a wooded area, all wood. You talking about an Airbnb with a fire pit out front, build a deck across here. Just so many things we could do. We could bring these panels out on the deck, put another couple panels so you got a shaded area for the rain to sit out with a fire pit outside. We're gonna build this in Spencer. If you're interested in an A-frame home, let us know. paint this all black. And if you, let's say you want to move this house, you take these panels apart, take them down, put them on a truck, go somewhere else, erect it somewhere else. That's exactly possible with this home. So, a lot of juices running through here. We're excited. I love because of the ability to do what we can do and be creative in an area like Fall Creek Falls. Like we can say, hey, we just want to have fun doing this. We are licensed. We know what we're doing. We've been doing this for years, and we can offer a product to you all for a great price. All right, so I think I've about hit all of it. Let me reiterate everything. Our meeting last night with Van Buren County. Thank you guys if they're watching. Can't thank you enough for allowing us to come to your meeting and shedding light on our responsibility with your planning commission. And it was clear where we stand, and it helped us of what we've done here. Also with the 12x34 for $59.9. Please, if you're interested in that, it's free delivery, free setup if you want that, and 1 year free rent down in our new community. And then if you want a Gypsy wagon, which is going to be our prototype, in the next week or two, we're going to be building one of those. And then of course the A-frame. Call us. We haven't priced this out. Let us know what you're doing. These are concepts, and believe it or not, the thousands and thousands of people that watch these videos, there are, and this only a couple people might say, you know, Randy, I'm interested in that. Can you throw this together? I've got an idea. You know what? I'm going to jump on that. And the reason a lot of people do is because they know if they do it, our first prototypes and our first homes that we do, just like the Mini 8s, they come out at a really great price. And I do that to get the excitement to say, yeah, I want to be a part of that. You're not going to lose money. We do not want you to lose money. We want you to have something that generates income for you, something that you're going to have equity in it when you buy it. And I think almost every one of our homes has equity in these, right? Unless you destroy it or unless you damage it. When you buy it, because of our price, you can sell it, get your money back, or even make money off of it, okay? So there you have it. Everybody, I hope you're having a great Friday, and we're going to be working today, the rest of the day. Bring you a video tomorrow. It's doing some more rain in here. Lord, it's been raining. We can't wait till spring is over and summer, hot, dry weather comes and finish up what we got going. So thank you so much. Please, we are at 30 people down in Fall Creek Falls that have spoken for wanting to live there. We don't know how many homes we can get in that. It's all based on our soil and what we can allow for septic. But other than that, we got city water. We are going to put storm shelters on that property. People have been concerned about tornadoes. I don't know if it's because of the weather and people are watching the weather more now. That Tennessee is not prone to a tornado area. Now, where that is on the plateau, so I'm not real familiar with the plateau weather. I know here in the valley where we're at in the mountains, we don't hardly ever get tornado warnings or anything. But some of our folks from Massachusetts, they're actually buying the storm shelter and they're bringing it to the project. And I said, you know what, let us look into that, and we'll buy some more storm shelters and strategically put them on the property for you all. So we're going to be doing that. Amanda wanted me to make sure I told you all. And so get creative. A-frames, Gypsy wagons, Mini 8s, Big 8s, Middle 8s down there, and a model home. We've sold in Amanda, Birmingham. We've sold some bigger homes down there in the Fall Creek Falls area. We're so excited. We got machinery going down. I think this coming week we'll be going. My buddy Foster, we were going to go down last week, and he had some appointments. We couldn't make it, and we wanted to make sure we met with our planning meeting last night. So there you have it. Thank you guys. Appreciate you watching this, and subscribe to this channel if you will, and learn more about who we are, what we're doing, and the great sales and homes that we're offering across the United States. See ya.